stop for a moment. Did you know you can change your mental and emotional state in less than 2 minutes, without saying a single word, without moving from one place, and without needing anything external?
Just with your breath. Your mind may be in turmoil, your body may be tense, your heart may be beating fast. But if you control the rhythm of your breathing, you can literally reprogram your nervous system to return to calm. It's not magic. It's pure science. And in the next few minutes, you'll experience how to do it. Today you will learn a breathing technique used by neuroscientists, high-performance athletes, and even special forces to maintain focus under pressure and reduce stress in a matter of seconds. Box breathing, or 4-4-4 breathing. A technique so simple that anyone can do it, but so powerful that it changes your entire physiology. For seconds to inhale, for seconds to hold, for seconds to exhale, for seconds to remain still. This pattern, repeated mindfully, synchronizes the heart rate, balances the nervous system, and trains the brain to remain calm even in the midst of chaos. During this session, you'll not only learn the technique, but you'll also practice it with me, step by step, in a guided way, until you feel the real change within you. This video is inspired by the insights and contributions of Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist at Stanford University. It is not intended to impersonate him or represent his voice, but rather to offer you a practical guide based on his scientific findings on how breathing can transform your body and mind. Huberman has shown that controlling your breathing is one of the most direct and effective tools for regulating your autonomic nervous system, the system that decides whether you feel at peace or on alert. And today, you're going to feel that power. So now, take a comfortable position, allow your body to relax, and prepare to discover what happens when you breathe the way science teaches you, with intention, rhythm, and awareness. Welcome to this guided neuropractice. Let's get started. Breathing. Something so simple, so automatic, and at the same time, one of the most powerful tools you have to transform your mental and emotional state. Most people don't pay attention to their breathing. They believe that breathing is simply a biological act, something that happens effortlessly. But neuroscience has shown that the way you breathe determines how you feel, how you think, how you sleep, and even how you relate to the world. The fascinating thing is that, unlike other bodily processes, like heart rate or digestion, breathing is the only autonomic system you can consciously control. And that simple detail changes everything. Because it means that while you can't control what happens outside of you, you can control your internal response. To understand how this works, we need to talk about the autonomic nervous system, which regulates most of your body's involuntary functions: heart rate, pupil dilation, blood pressure, body temperature, and, of course, breathing. This system has two main branches. 1. The sympathetic system, responsible for the state of alert, fight, or flight. 2. The parasympathetic system, responsible for rest, digestion, and recovery. When you're stressed, worried, or anxious, your sympathetic system takes over. Your breathing quickens, your heart beats faster, your muscles tense, and your mind fills with survival thoughts. But when you activate the parasympathetic system, your body goes into repair mode. Your muscles relax, your heart rate slows, your mind calms, and a sense of well-being returns. And the amazing thing is that your breathing is the key that opens the door between those two states. When you inhale deeply, your heart beats slightly faster. When you exhale, your heart beats slower. This little dance between inhalation and exhalation is what scientists call heart rate variability, and it's an indicator of the health of your nervous system. The more flexible that rhythm is, that is, the more easily you can accelerate and decelerate, the more resilient your mind is to stress. Dr. Andrew Huberman explains that breathing is a direct pathway to the autonomic nervous system because it is connected to the brain centers that regulate fear, calm, and attention. These include the brainstem, the limbic system, and a fascinating structure called the amygdala, which acts as an emotional alarm. When breathing is rapid and shallow, the amygdala is activated and perceives threat. When breathing is slow and deep, that alarm is turned off, sending safety signals throughout the body. This is where pure biology comes in. For years, it was thought that breathing well meant filling up with oxygen, but today we know that the balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide, CO2, is what actually maintains physiological calm. CO2 isn't just a waste gas. It's a key chemical regulator of blood pH and brain activity. When you breathe too quickly, which happens during stress or anxiety, you eliminate too much CO2, and that upsets the body's chemical balance, causing blood vessels in the brain to constrict. The result? Dizziness, tension, lack of concentration, and increased anxiety. That's why controlled breathing practices, such as box breathing, seek to restore that balance. By holding your breath for a few seconds after inhaling and exhaling, you allow the CO2 to stabilize, and with it, your mind returns to center. There's a direct connection between your lungs, your heart, and your brain, the vagus nerve. This nerve is a two-way highway that carries information between the body and mind and plays a central role in emotional regulation. When the vagus nerve is active, the body enters parasympathetic mode, blood pressure drops, heart rate stabilizes, and a feeling of deep peace develops. Various studies have shown that slow, rhythmic breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, especially when exhalations are longer than inhalations. Therefore, techniques such as box breathing, where each phase is balanced, create a physiological harmony that teaches the nervous system to relax without the need for external stimuli. Huberman has emphasized that it's not necessary to think about calming down. Simply modifying your breathing can induce that state directly from the body. The brain simply follows the physiological signals sent by the lungs and heart. Dr. Huberman and his team at Stanford have documented how breathing influences brain activity, attention, and emotional response. One of their most notable discoveries is the concept of the physiological sigh, a natural double inhalation followed by a long exhalation, which the body uses spontaneously to release tension and restore oxygen and CO2 balance. In his studies, Huberman demonstrated that a few controlled breaths can significantly reduce stress levels within minutes, measuring the effects in real time through physiological markers such as heart rate and skin conductance. Furthermore, complementary research has shown that mindful breathing improves connectivity between the prefrontal cortex, the rational area of the brain, and the limbic system, the emotional area. In other words, mindful breathing strengthens your ability to maintain emotional control in difficult situations. So when someone says, "Breathe before you react," it's not just spiritual advice. It's a biological command. When you breathe, you literally change your brain chemistry. Your breath, your heart, and your mind are intertwined in a single, invisible rhythm. Every inhalation sends a wake-up signal. Every exhalation sends a sleep signal. And the balance between the two forms the foundation of your state of mind. When you breathe irregularly, for example, when you're nervous or panicking, your heart rate also becomes irregular and your mind wanders. But when you breathe slowly, in a controlled and symmetrical manner, your heart synchronizes with that rhythm and your brain enters into coherence. This state of synchrony between body and mind is what neuroscientists call physiological coherence, a measurable state in which biological systems work in harmony. This coherence not only translates into calm, but also into mental clarity, sustained focus, and greater emotional resilience. Dr. Huberman sums it up with a very simple phrase. You can't control your mind directly, but you can control your body. And by controlling your body, you control your mind. And it all begins with an act as basic as a conscious inhalation. Now that you understand how the physiological power of breathing works, you're ready to go beyond the theory. In the next section, you'll learn how to apply these principles in real-life protocols as used in neuroscience labs and elite training. I'll guide you step by step through 4-4-4-4 box breathing, a practice that not only regulates your nervous system, but also teaches you how to live in balance, even amidst the noise of the modern world. So, when you're ready, adjust your posture, relax your shoulders, and prepare to breathe with purpose. Let's move from science to experience. Let's get into the most practical and transformative part of this method. So far, you've understood the science behind breathing and how your body, through the nervous system, responds to each inhalation and exhalation. Now, it's time to learn the technique that has been used for years by both neuroscientists and special forces to stay calm in high-pressure situations, the box breathing method. What exactly is box breathing? Imagine a square. Each side of that square represents a phase of your breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold the air in for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Keep your lungs empty for 4 seconds. This 4-4-4-4 cycle forms a perfect box, where each side is equal, balanced, and stable. Hence its name, box breathing. What seems like a simple technique is actually a physiological regulation tool deeply validated by modern science. And it's not just about breathing slowly, but about creating symmetry between the 4 moments of breathing, which generates a rhythmic pattern that the brain interprets as a signal of safety. Every time you inhale, you gently activate the sympathetic nervous system, the alert mode. Every time you exhale, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and recovery mode. Box breathing alternates between the two with mathematical precision, teaching your body to move between activation and relaxation without losing balance. That's why Navy SEALs use it before missions or during moments of high tension, not to eliminate stress, but to transform it into focus, clarity, and control. Similarly, Andrew Huberman, a researcher at Stanford's neurobiology lab, explains that this type of breathing not only calms the body, but also rewires the brain circuits that interpret bodily sensations of stress. In other words, by breathing in a controlled manner, you're teaching your brain that it can feel calm even in the midst of a storm. Dr. Huberman emphasizes something that is often overlooked. Breathing doesn't act alone. It's intimately connected to your vision and your body posture. When the 3 work together, the calming effect is amplified. Small blue diamond breathing. During inhalation, the diaphragm descends, the lungs expand, and the heart beats slightly faster. During exhalation, the diaphragm rises, the lungs empty, and the heart slows. This back and forth creates a dance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems that keeps your physiology in balance. Small blue diamond look. Your visual system is the main modulator of alertness. When you stare at something nearby or focus intently, your brain enters action mode. But when you soften your gaze and broaden your field of vision, you activate the calming system. Therefore, while practicing box breathing, it is recommended to maintain an open, peripheral, effortless gaze, as if observing the horizon. Small blue diamond body posture. Posture sends signals to your brain about your internal state. A slouched body communicates vulnerability, an upright body, stability. So, before you begin, adjust your body. Sit with your back straight but not stiff. Relaxed shoulders. Chin slightly down. And your hands resting on your legs or abdomen. This combination, rhythmic breathing, relaxed gaze, and firm posture, activates a physiological safety mode, which the brain translates as, "I'm okay. I'm safe. I can calm down." Let's break it down in detail so you can easily integrate it. 1. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4 seconds. Let the air flow in gently, filling your lungs from the bottom up. Feel your abdomen expand first, then your chest. Don't force it. Just let the air flow. 2. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. This is the key moment. At this point, your body might want to exhale, but you choose to hold it calmly. You are training internal control, the ability to remain calm in the midst of discomfort. 3. Exhale slowly for 4 seconds. Let the air out slowly, as if you were blowing out a candle. Feel your shoulders drop and your body soften. Here, the parasympathetic system begins to dominate. Keep your lungs empty for 4 seconds. This phase is the silence of breathing. There is no air, no movement, only stillness. In this pause, the body assimilates calm. Then you start again. Inhale 4. Hold 4. Exhale 4. Hold 4. So on and on, creating a perfect square of conscious breathing. You may be wondering, how is this technique different from other conscious breathing techniques like physiological sighing or diaphragmatic breathing? Let's see. Small orange diamond, the physiological sigh. It consists of 2 rapid inhalations followed by a long exhalation. Its main function is to release accumulated carbon dioxide and quickly restore calm in moments of intense anxiety. It is an ideal technique for emotional emergencies, but it is not intended to sustain attention for long periods. Small orange diamond diaphragmatic breathing. It focuses on activating the diaphragm to improve oxygenation and relax the body. It's excellent for strengthening breathing control and reducing muscle tension, but it lacks the rhythmic structure and temporal symmetry of box breathing. Small orange diamond box breathing. Instead, it combines control, rhythm, and mindfulness. It's like an active meditation. Balances blood gases. Synchronize mind and body. And it creates a sense of internal balance, not just relaxation. Therefore, it is used by both high-performance athletes and people looking to improve their focus or regulate intense emotions. Box breathing teaches you to inhabit the present, and in that space, the mind reorganizes itself. Practical preparation before the session. Before you begin your guided practice, which we'll cover in the next section, it's important to prepare your environment. The physical and mental context directly influences the effectiveness of the exercise. Small blue diamond environment. Find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Turn off notifications, dim the lights, and if possible, use warm or dimmed lighting. Avoid extreme cold or excessive heat. Your body temperature should remain neutral so your nervous system can relax. Small blue diamond rhythm. Don't try to get it perfect from the start. The 4-4-4-4 rhythm can feel forced at first if you're not used to holding your breath. Start with 3-3-3 if you need to, then gradually increase it. It's not the amount of breath that's important, but the consistency of the rhythm. Small blue diamond control. During practice, don't breathe to feel good, but to stay present. Breathing control is not an end in itself, but a way to train the mind to remain steady in the face of any sensation. Small blue diamond mindset. Before you begin, repeat mentally, I breathe not to escape stress, but to teach my body to remain calm while facing it. That's the true purpose of the method. Not to eliminate sensations, but to re-educate the nervous system to interpret life with serenity. As you repeat the 4-4-4-4 cycles, you'll notice something. Your mind begins to sync with your breathing. Counting becomes a mantra. Each number has a pulse, a cadence that gradually diffuses the mental noise. When breathing becomes rhythmic, the brain enters a physiological coherence. Brain waves stabilize, heart rate slows, and muscle tension decreases. This is what neuroscience calls entrainment or synchronization. Your body and mind begin to beat in unison, and in that rhythm, deep calm emerges. A calm that doesn't depend on the environment or what happens outside of you, but on your ability to create balance from within. For -4-4-4 box breathing isn't just a breathing technique. It's a neural training tool. Each cycle teaches you to move between tension and tranquility with grace and control. Each pause reminds you that you can choose calm even when everything seems to be moving too fast. In the next section, I'll guide you step by step through a complete practice, where you'll experience for yourself how box breathing can reprogram your nervous system and restore your internal balance. Get ready, because from here on, you're not just going to breathe, you're going to train your mind to be calm. Now that you understand the scientific basis of the method and how it relates to your nervous system, let's practice it in its entirety. This will be a real workout, guided step by step, designed to take your body from activation to deep calm. All you need is your breathing, your attention, and a willingness to be present. Sit in a quiet place. Plant your feet firmly on the floor. Allow your spine to lengthen gently, without stiffness. Relax your shoulders. Soften your gaze. And take a moment to prepare yourself. This practice will be divided into 4 phases. Each has a purpose: regulate, integrate, expand, and internalize. We will begin with box breathing. The rhythm will be as follows. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. I will accompany you in each cycle. Before you begin, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Once again, inhale and release. Now we begin. Cycle 1. Inhale through your nose. Hold the air in. Exhale slowly. Keep your lungs empty. Very well. Let your body begin to synchronize with this rhythm. If at first you feel short or long on air, don't worry. Your respiratory system is adjusting. The key is keeping the beat steady. Cycle 2. Inhale again. Hold. Exhale slowly. And hold empty. Feel how breathing creates an internal structure, an invisible square of stability. Each side has the same duration. Each moment, its own space. Cycle 3. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Notice how your body begins to coherent. Your heart rate slows down. Your shoulders droop a little more. Your mind organizes around your breathing. Keep the cycle going on your own. Internally count the 4 beats of each phase. Don't rush. Allow the air to flow in and out like a constant tide. As you breathe, remember, every inhalation activates energy, every exhalation delivers calm, and every pause teaches you the power of stillness. If you notice distractions, just go back to counting. That's your anchor. Your nervous system is already responding. The vagus nerve is activated, the heart rate drops, and muscle tension dissolves. You breathe, and your body learns calm. Now, while maintaining the smooth rhythm of 4-4-4-4, let's turn our attention to the body. The goal of this phase is to integrate breathing with physical awareness. Feel how the air not only oxygenates but also reorganizes your internal sensations. Bring your attention to your feet. Feel their contact with the ground. Allow the weight to descend, allowing gravity to support you. Now, as you inhale for 4 counts, imagine the air rising from your feet to your knees. And as you exhale, it slowly descends from your knees to your feet. Do this twice. Inhale, feel the energy rise. Exhale, feel the relaxation descend. Very good. Now bring your attention to your legs and hips. Notice any tension or stiffness. Don't try to change anything. Just breathe with it. Let the air reach those spaces. Inhale, feel them open. Exhale, and let the weight melt into the seat. Allows the legs to become heavy, stable, secure. Now bring your attention to your abdomen. Feel it move with each breath. Expand as you inhale. Gently contract as you exhale. This abdominal movement is the center of your calm. Here lies the balance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. Each deep breath massages the internal organs, stimulates the vagus nerve, and reprograms the feeling of security. Keep your breathing in 4-4-4-4 while continuing to observe the body. Now, bring your attention to your chest. Feel your heart beating more gently. Feel the subtle movement of your ribcage. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Move up to your neck and shoulders. If there is tension, allow it to dissolve with the exhalation. Let your shoulders fall like leaves falling from a tree. Feel your face soften, your jaw relaxes, your tongue rests, your forehead smooths. Your whole body breathes with you in time with the same rhythm. 4-4-4-4. Stay here for a moment. Feel your entire body as a single unit, a living web of sensations synchronized with your breathing. Now that your body is relaxed and your breathing is stable, let's activate a deeper phase: visualization. Neuroscience has shown that imagining calm produces the same physiological effects as actually experiencing it. Your brain doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences if you're fully attentive. Close your eyes if you haven't already. As you breathe, imagine yourself standing in front of a wide, bright landscape. It could be a beach, a mountain, or a space that evokes peace. Visualize the colors, the temperature, the subtle sounds. Every time you inhale, imagine absorbing the energy of that environment. Every time you exhale, imagine releasing all worries. Let the air connect you to that place. Let each breath paint a sense of security and openness in your mind. Feel the air move in and out naturally. Your chest moves like the waves of the sea. Your mind expands with each pause. Maintain the 4-4-4-4 rhythm. Visualize the air as a soft light that enters through your nose, travels to your heart, and then diffuses throughout your body. That light represents the calm you are creating. Your nervous system is registering it, your cells are memorizing it. Stay a few moments breathing within that image. Allow your mind to rest in that spaciousness. Nothing to do, nothing to think. Just breathe and feel. In this final phase, we're going to let the breathing happen on its own. You're no longer controlling the count. You're no longer imposing the rhythm. You're just observing. Let go of control. Allow your body to breathe as it needs to. Air flows in and out effortlessly. This is the space where calm consolidates. Your brain enters into synchronization between hemispheres. The waves stabilize. The mind quiets. If thoughts arise, let them pass. Don't fight them. Just feel the flow of the air again. Inhale and exhale, like waves coming and going. Stay here, in conscious silence. Feel your body stable, light, present. Observe the sense of serenity that has emerged. Don't analyze it, just inhabit it. This is the direct effect of breathing training. You've regulated your nervous system with your own attention. You've transformed stress into presence. Now, take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Place your hands on your chest or abdomen and notice the warmth there. That's your center. The place where you reside when everything outside is moving fast. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, maintaining that sense of inner balance. Remember, your breath is the most powerful tool you have to communicate with your brain. Every time you breathe consciously, you train your nervous system to respond calmly instead of reacting with fear. Stay with this feeling for a moment. There's no rush. Your body has learned something new. Your mind has recognized its ability to self-regulate. And that is one of the deepest forms of freedom. Now, pause for a moment. Feel the air gently entering your nose. Feel how effortlessly your body responds, calmer, more present. You have just experienced, with something as simple as breathing, one of the most powerful tools available for regulating your mind, body, and vital energy. It wasn't an esoteric technique or something mystical. It was science applied to your physiology. And that's what's truly incredible, that inside you, with every inhalation and exhalation, there's an entire system designed to restore your balance when everything seems out of control. Whenever you feel anxious, scattered, or overwhelmed, remember this. Your breathing is the remote control of your nervous system. You don't need a special place, or tools, or anyone else. Just a few seconds, just you and your breath. With each 4-4-4-4 cycle, you're teaching your brain that it can be calm even when the environment isn't. You're telling your nervous system, I'm safe, I can rest. And that signal changes everything. It reduces cortisol, stabilizes your heart rate, and improves your mental clarity. I invite you to repeat this practice daily. Do it when you wake up, before going to sleep, or anytime you feel like the world is speeding up too much. Do it even when you don't need to, because that's where you really train your mind to stay calm before the storm hits. Breathing doesn't just regulate your emotions, it shapes the way you experience life. And when you breathe with intention, everything else begins to align. Remember, breathing is the bridge between the body and consciousness, between what you feel and what you choose to think, between the chaos of the world and inner silence. Every inhalation is an opportunity to receive. Every exhalation is an opportunity to release. And between the two lies that space where peace dwells. If this practice helped you, I invite you to continue exploring more neuropractices inspired by the science of Dr. Andrew Huberman to strengthen the connection between mind and body. Subscribe, share this space with someone who needs to breathe again, and always remember, when you control your breathing, you control your state. See you at the next mental training session. Until then, breathe and stay aware.